everybody, Dave Yelovic with Homes Built Right. Today's question, hey Dave, what's the rules for drainage around a new house? Well, long before we even set a form board on a site, we've got to start thinking about drainage. Drainage isn't the question you ask at the end when you're about ready to close this house. You got to ask the question when you're at this stage. So here's my little fictitious house, right? We're looking down in plan. Here's the driveway over here. And it says generally this: around the house, slope the ground away from the house at least 6 inches within the first 10 feet of the house. Most of that'll work fine. These rules are generally for places where you've got communities, subdivision building, but where my little arrows are here, here's the front of the house. Let's say we're draining toward the street, so we're draining away from the house. There is a rule that says, hey, concrete, the impervious surfaces as they call it, shall be sloped 2% in the first 10 feet as well. So the driveway, the sidewalks are sloping away from the house as well. Same thing in the back. So in the back, we're going to go down, and eventually we're going to dig little swales, little low section, and the water's going to go around the house from the backyard all the way around to the front and to the street. That's pretty simple. But if you set your form boards too low, you don't have the ability to do this type of drainage, grading work. So take a look at it. If you go down the street, you should see slopes coming down from houses. As you look between houses, you should see the slopes coming down. And then it should go up and down. If it's flat between houses and you got a lot of room, again, the code says shall slope down 6 inches. Now, how do we figure out how high that form board should be? Well, it's kind of a mathematical equation. Are you good in math? Here's a pretty simple way. So here's the references, here's the math, and here's my little site plan here. So I'm going to add up 15 feet from the curb to the property line to the building line 25, roughly 60 feet from the side corner all the way to the back around here, 25, so I'm getting to a spot right here in the backyard. And then I got to go up 6 inches eventually. So here's what the code book says. I'm going to take that. I'm going to add up all my dimensions. 15, 25, 60, 125 feet to this point right here. Times 12 inches, so it's 1,500 inches. At 1% slope, that's 15 inches. So I have to go up from here at the curb. I've got to just grade the dirt 15 inches up to this point. Then, plus, there are some other rules. The 6-inch slope at the slab. So from here, that's where I got to, remember. I've got to go up 6 inches. Remember the slope? It's got to go up 6 inches. So there's another 6 inches. Then when I get to the slab, the code book also says that I'm supposed to have what? Here, 404, 1.6, it says you're supposed to have, where there's masonry, 4 inches of slab exposure, 6 inches everywhere else. Considering we always have drainage issues, I just use the 6-inch rule. So 6 inches for the slope, 6 inches for the slab exposure. That adds 12 inches to that 15. So I've got 27 inches above the curb just to make this thing drain. That would be in a normal community, normal size lot, something like. Finally, so just look for this stuff. Drainage. Proper drainage on a lot for a house starts with the form set. Way up front, do you have the slab high enough to support proper grading later in the build so you can get water to go from the property down, usually to the street? So remember, 6 inches down in the first 10 feet, then run it out to the street. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Dave Yelovic with Homes Built Right. We'll see you on the next video sometime soon. So long.